Good afternoon, I'm Raylene Ramsey. This is your afternoon news fix for Monday, the 5th of August. The government's unveiled measures to hold schools to account on maths achievement. It yesterday launched a plan for improvement, with money for more teachers and twice-yearly primary school assessments. Political reporter Demelza Jackson has more.
Education Minister Stanford has today announced the ministry will intervene earlier and more often in schools with poor rates for student math skills. She says progress and achievement reporting by the Education Review Office will be overhauled to ensure parents can see what's happening in schools. The Teachers' Council has also agreed to strengthen the math component of training for new teachers.
Ambulance workers are asking the government to increase funding for St John. 2,500 First Union and Ambulance Association members have voted overwhelmingly to strike over pay. Staggering 4-hour withdrawals of labour over 2 days. St John has told them there's no money and it's relying on Health NZ to resolve the dispute. Ambulance Association Division Chair Mark Quinn says that's alongside Health NZ accusing St John of poor financial management.
We've seen a budget of over 18 billion for health funding, yet we've seen nothing. The ambulance service essentially have seen nothing of that.
An increased risk of politically motivated violence has pushed Australia to raise its terror threat level from possible to probable. Sky News reports intelligence sources believe terror incidents are most likely self-directed with little warning, occur in crowded spaces and use readily acquired low-cost weapons. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese says nothing is certain and they need to be vigilant.
Probable does not mean inevitable, and it does not mean there is intelligence about an imminent threat or danger.
The owner of a home hit by a car in Auckland's Albany thought it was an earthquake. The car ended up suspended over a 3-metre drop between the house and a retaining wall last night, with the driver stuck. Ross Cranston says there was a massive bang and the house shook as the car crashed above his daughter's head. A 44-year-old's due in court charged with drinking and dangerous driving. Some early childhood experts want more competition, as others call for regulations to stay. Providers must currently apply for a licence from the Minister to go before the Education Ministry before setting up. 84% of stakeholders disagree with government plans to revoke the system, fearing it'll lead to an oversupply. EC Council Chief Executive Simon Loeb says applications to establish a centre take about 6 months.
It made already incredibly risky, difficult establishment builds so much more costly and uncertain.
To sport, and with Scott Barrett sidelined, loose forward Ardie Savea will captain the All Blacks in upcoming tests against Argentina, with Blues first 5 Harry Plummer called in as injury cover for Stephen Perofeta. All Blacks loose forward Dalton Papali'i has re-signed with New Zealand Rugby for another 3 years until after the 2027 Rugby World Cup in Australia. And one-time Silver Fern Wendy Frew has replaced Oranga Bloxham as head coach of the Southern Steel netball team. I'm Raylene Ramsey and that is your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update tomorrow morning from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.